flipping through the newspapers, switching through multiple news channels, exploring different websites and online mediums for relevant news? Keeping up to date with important news is not only time-consuming but also requires meticulous upkeep of notes for thorough revision. With a limited period in hand and abundant resources to study from, do not let current affairs come in the way of your prelims success. Join the PT 365 program by Vision IAS and advance in your preparation for current affairs. Starting on 9th January at 5 p.m., this 20-day course offers comprehensive coverage of 1 year of current affairs in 60 hours. Join for improved knowledge with complete coverage of The Hindu, Indian Express, PIB, Economic Times, Yojana, Economic Survey, etc. Doubt-clearing sessions and mentoring for thorough knowledge. Access to Sandhan personalized test with 25,000 plus questions. Access to live and online classes for flexibility in timing. It's time to devote your energy to smart learning and not running. Enroll today and excel in UPSC prelims with a strong command of current affairs.
Hello and welcome to this edition of News Today. Without delay, let's have a look at the headlines first. US firm gets clearance to build nuclear reactors in India. Centre government extended AFSPA in certain areas of Manipur, Nagaland and Arunachal Pradesh. ISRO has achieved a breakthrough in semicryogenic engine development. Maharashtra sets up dedicated cell for Mercy Petitions. Smart Cities mission deadline ended on March 31, 2025. UNESCO released Education and Nutrition Learn to Eat Well report. In a major development, the US has granted approval to Holtec International, a US-based company, to design and construct nuclear reactors in India under the restrictive US regulation 10 CFR 810. This approval allows Holtec to transfer unclassified small modular reactor or SMR technology to 3 Indian private entities. The clearance is valid for 10 years and will be re-evaluated every 5 years. However, the use of this technology and information is strictly limited to peaceful nuclear activities under International Atomic Energy Agency safeguards and cannot be used for any military purpose. Now, why is this significant? This step advances the India-US 123 agreement signed in 2008, which focuses on cooperation for the peaceful use of nuclear energy. Moreover, it encourages private sector participation in nuclear development, expanding India's capabilities in SMRs. Additionally, it supports the localization of SMR manufacturing, enhancing India's expertise and positioning it in the global SMR market. However, challenges remain. The Civil Liability for Nuclear Damage Act 2010 has deterred foreign players from investing in India's nuclear sector due to liability concerns. Furthermore, the Atomic Energy Act of 1962 restricts nuclear power generation to state-owned entities, preventing private companies from operating nuclear power plants independently. Now, let's understand what small modular reactors or SMRs are. These are advanced nuclear reactors with a power capacity of up to 300 megawatt electrical per unit. They come with several advantages. SMR-based power plants require refueling every 3 to 7 years, whereas conventional plants need refueling every 1 to 2 years. They also offer adaptability, allowing for scaling up or down based on power requirements. Most importantly, they incorporate extensive passive safety features, making them a safer alternative in nuclear energy production. With this new development, India takes another step forward in expanding its nuclear energy capabilities while addressing the challenges of private sector participation. In a significant development, the central government has extended the Armed Forces Special Powers Act or AFSPA for 6 months in certain areas of Manipur, Nagaland and Arunachal Pradesh. This decision comes in response to ongoing insurgency and the need to maintain order amid ethnic violence. So what is AFSPA? This law grants special powers to the armed forces to maintain public order in what are termed disturbed areas. Under Section 3 of AFSPA, a region can be declared a disturbed area when the situation necessitates the use of armed forces in aid of civil power. The authority to make this declaration lies with the central government, the governor of a state, or the administrator of a union territory. The special powers conferred under AFSPA include the use of force, including lethal force, against individuals violating the law, the ability to arrest and search without a warrant, and immunity from prosecution without prior approval from the central government. However, AFSPA has not been without controversy. Human rights organizations and local groups have repeatedly raised concerns over alleged excesses by security forces. Critics argue that AFSPA is often used as a temporary solution to deeper political failures, highlighting a broader governance issue. Furthermore, a lack of transparency in military actions has led to public distrust and an increase in anti-army sentiment in some areas. The Justice Jeevan Reddy Committee, which reviewed AFSPA, recommended its complete repeal. It also suggested amending the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act 1967 or UAPA to incorporate necessary provisions of AFSPA specifically for the northeastern states. With AFSPA now extended, the debate over security and human rights continues. While the government sees it as a necessary measure to tackle insurgency, concerns over its impact on civilians remains a key issue. Now, we bring you an exciting breakthrough in India's space technology. The Indian Space Research Organization, or ISRO, has successfully conducted the first hot test of the Engine Power Head Test Article, or PHTA, marking a significant milestone in semi-cryogenic engine development. This test was carried out at the ISRO Propulsion Complex in Mahendragiri, Tamil Nadu. Now, why is this important? Well, this engine will power the semi-cryogenic booster stage of the Launch Vehicle Mark III or LVM-3, which is one of ISRO's most advanced launch vehicles. Let's take a quick look at what LVM-3 consists of. It's a three-stage launch vehicle featuring two solid strap-on motors known as S200, a liquid core stage called L110, and a high-thrust cryogenic upper stage C25. Coming back to the recent test, ISRO is working on an upgraded stage, SC120, which will be powered by a 2000 kN semi-cryogenic engine, SC2000. This stage is set to replace the current L110 liquid core stage in LVM-3, significantly enhancing payload capacity. But that's not all. This development will also power the booster stages of ISRO's future launch vehicles. An interesting aspect of the semi-cryogenic propulsion system is the use of non-toxic and non-hazardous propellants, liquid oxygen and kerosene. This makes the technology safer and more efficient. And here's the real game changer. With this semi-cryogenic propulsion system and an upgraded cryogenic stage, LVM-3's payload capacity to geosynchronous transfer orbit or GTO will increase from 4 tons to 5 tons. So what exactly is a semi-cryogenic engine? ISRO is developing a 2000 kN thrust engine that runs on a liquid oxygen-kerosene propellant combination. This engine is expected to boost LVM-3's payload capability while also laying the groundwork for future launch vehicles. The driving force behind this development is the Liquid Propulsion System Center or LPSC, which is spearheading the project with support from other launch vehicle centers under ISRO. With this achievement, India takes another step forward in space exploration and technology, bringing us closer to more ambitious and powerful launch capabilities. In a significant move, Maharashtra has set up a dedicated cell under the Additional Secretary Home to expedite the processing of mercy petitions for death row convicts. This step comes in response to the Supreme Court's 2024 directive, which mandated all states and union territories to establish dedicated units within their home or prison departments for the efficient handling of mercy petitions. Now, what exactly is a mercy petition? When a convict is sentenced by a court of law, a mercy petition to the president or the governor becomes their last constitutional resort. However, it is important to note that mercy pleas and pardons are acts of grace, not legal rights. The exercise of this mercy falls under clemency power, also known as the pardoning power. Speaking of the pardoning power, let's break it down. Under Article 72, the President holds the authority to grant a pardon, which means complete absolution from punishment. The President can also grant respite, which is a lesser punishment due to special circumstances such as disability or pregnancy. Another power is reprieve, which offers a temporary stay of execution, providing time for appeal. Additionally, the President can remit a sentence, reducing its duration while keeping its nature unchanged. Lastly, the President has the power to commute a punishment, replacing a severe one with a lesser one, such as converting a death sentence to life imprisonment. The President's pardoning power also extends to cases of court-martial, offences under Union law, and death sentence cases. On the other hand, the Governor under Article 161 also holds pardoning powers but with limitations. These do not extend to death sentences or court-martial cases. Another key aspect to remember is that neither the President nor the Governor exercises these powers independently. As clarified in the Maru Ram case 1980, they act on the advice of the government. With Maharashtra's dedicated cell now in place, the process of handling mercy petitions is expected to become more streamlined. This marks another step towards ensuring a more structured approach to the administration of justice. Moving on, the deadline for the Smart Cities Mission or SCM officially ended on March 31, 2025. According to the Smart Cities Mission Dashboard, as of February 2025, cities had successfully completed 7,491 projects, while 567 projects were still ongoing. Launched in 2015, the Smart Cities Mission aimed to improve the quality of life in 100 cities by ensuring efficient services, robust infrastructure, and sustainable solutions. It operates as a centrally sponsored scheme, primarily implemented through two key approaches. The first is the Area-Based Development or ABD approach, where each city selects a defined area for targeted interventions, serving as a replicable model for the rest of the city. The second is the Pan-City Projects approach, which focuses on technology-driven solutions for city-wide improvements. Beyond these approaches, the mission introduced a Special Purpose Vehicle or SPV structure for program implementation, encouraged multiple sources of funding for projects, promoted competitive federalism, and actively engaged citizens in the process. Now, let's take a look at some key milestones achieved under the Smart Cities Mission. One of the most significant achievements is the establishment of Integrated Command and Control Centers or ICCCs in all 100 smart cities. These centers utilize data to make informed decisions, improving city management and governance. Public safety and security have also seen substantial improvements, with over 84,000 CCTV surveillance cameras installed across the smart cities, aiding in crime monitoring and prevention. Water supply systems have also been enhanced, with more than 17,026 kilometers of the supply network monitored through supervisory control and data acquisition or SCADA, effectively reducing non-revenue water and leakages. Solid waste management has been another key focus area, with over 66 cities leveraging technology to improve route management, enhance collection efficiency, and streamline daily waste disposal. With the mission now reaching its deadline, the focus shifts to ensuring the sustainability of these initiatives and expanding their benefits to more cities across the country. Moving ahead, we bring you key insights from UNESCO's latest report, Education and Nutrition: Learn to Eat Well. This report highlights a deep interconnection between education and nutrition and was released to coincide with the Nutrition for Growth Summit hosted by France. So how are education and nutrition linked? According to the report, nutrition plays a crucial role in education and learning outcomes. A striking example is India's Integrated Child Development Scheme, which has led to a 9% increase in secondary school completion and an 11% rise in university completion rates. School meals also significantly impact enrollment, attendance, and learning. For instance, in Maharashtra, the consumption of biofortified pearl millet has been shown to improve attention and memory among adolescents. Nutrition further influences gender equality and justice. India's PM Poshan scheme has had a positive impact on the enrollment of girls and other disadvantaged groups, ensuring greater inclusivity in education. On the other hand, education itself plays a role in shaping nutrition. The choices made by educated mothers as well as individual awareness have a direct impact on health and nutrition outcomes. To enhance these benefits, the report lays out key recommendations. It calls for transforming nutrition education by integrating food education into school curricula from early childhood to adult education. Schools should be placed at the center of these efforts, adopting a whole school approach that combines school meal provision, nutrition education, physical activity, and extracurricular initiatives. Another crucial step is building professional capacity through education and training to bridge knowledge and skill gaps at all levels. Additionally, the report stresses the need for continuous monitoring of the relationship between education and nutrition by strengthening tracking mechanisms for school meals and related health and nutrition programs. With these insights, UNESCO underlines the undeniable link between learning and well-being, reinforcing the need for integrated policies that benefit both education and health. In today's Place in News, we will be discussing Tonga with its capital Nuku'alofa. Recently, a powerful 7.1 magnitude earthquake struck near Tonga. Now, let's talk about some political features of the country. Tonga is located in the southwestern Pacific Ocean and consists of approximately 170 islands. These islands are divided into three main groups: Tonga Tepu in the south, Hapai in the center, and Vava'u in the north. Additionally, Tonga is a member of both the Commonwealth and the United Nations. Geographically, Tonga's highest peak is Kau Island, located in the Hapai group. The country experiences a semi-tropical climate except in the northernmost islands, where truly tropical conditions prevail. Notably, there are no rivers in Tonga. As we conclude today's main news, let's have a look at some quick updates. Shrinking Andean glaciers threaten the water supply in South America as per study. Andes Mountains are fold mountains formed due to the subduction of the oceanic Nazca Plate beneath the South American continental plate. Government bans use of asbestos in KVs, Navodaya Vidyalayas. Asbestos is a naturally occurring mineral. Its fibers are resistant to heat and corrosion. It is useful as insulation and automotive parts, construction materials, and floor and roof tiles, etc. India's National Centre for Seismology says soil liquefaction caused severe damage in Myanmar. Soil liquefaction is a phenomenon where a block of soil behaves as a liquid instead of a solid. Liquefaction takes place when loosely packed, waterlogged sediments at or near the ground surface lose their strength in response to strong ground shaking. Breeding colonies of pelagic birds were recorded on sandbars of Adams Bridge. Adams Bridge connects Rameshwaram, India to Mannar Island of Sri Lanka. Pelagic birds spent a large portion of their lives on the open ocean. The Future Circular Collider project raises concerns about monopolizing funding and restricts alternative research directions. Future Circular Collider is an ambitious proposed successor to the Large Hadron Collider or LHC at CERN. Indian Air Force to participate in multinational air exercise in Greece. INIOCHOS 25 is an annual multinational air exercise hosted by Greece's Hellenic Air Force. It serves as a platform for air forces to hone their skills, exchange tactical knowledge, and strengthen military ties. Various traditional New Year festivals are being celebrated across different parts of India. Chaitra Sukladi marks the beginning of the Hindu New Year based on the lunar calendar. The Vikram Samvat calendar used in North India also begins from Chaitra Shukladi. Sarul festival is being celebrated in Jharkhand and the larger Chota Nagpur region. This festival is celebrated by the Oraon, Munda and Ho tribes of Jharkhand region. Sarul, literally worship of the sal tree, marks the beginning of the new year. Before we sign off, let's challenge your understanding in today's installment of Test Your Learning. Thank you for joining us. We hope you found this episode of News Today engaging. For the solutions to the quiz and to access the PDF version of News Today, remember to visit the provided links in the description.